Hi, welcome back to Speaking of Purpose. I'm your host, Sona Khosla, and we're gearing up to launch Season 2. Whether you're new to the podcast or have been here since our first episode, it's great to have you with us. When we launched Speaking of Purpose in 2021, our goal was to help listeners harness the power of purpose. Season 1 was all about movements, from the call for racial justice to ESG to cancel culture to global health initiatives in the face of the pandemic and the groundswell of purpose-driven business. We covered a lot of ground. Now, in Season 2, we're going deep on one topic as we explore reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. I remember in May of 2021 when I heard in the news that the remains of 215 children were found at the Kamloops Indian Residential School in Canada. I remember feeling shocked and horrified. The next day, I was asked to speak to the whole company about the atrocity. Honestly, I didn't want to, because I hardly knew what to think, let alone how to feel. And I definitely didn't want to say the wrong thing. So, that's exactly what I told my colleagues that day. While it was nerve-wracking to speak to the issue when it was still so raw, my vulnerability seemed to resonate with our people. And it created a real sense of togetherness as we collectively processed the news. That was something we all needed in that unforgettable moment. The acknowledgement of how little we knew and understood about Indigenous history became an invitation into learning. Many of us, including me, jumped in head first. I reached out to some generous people in my network who gave me their time and tips on where to start my journey. Every one of them said the same thing. It starts with learning. So I signed up for a free online course called Indigenous Canada, offered by the University of Alberta. As I made my way through the course, I was struck by the missing pieces in my childhood education. I clearly learned the settler version of our history, not the Indigenous one. That alone was revealing. At times, I was struck with this desire to evangelize Indigenous ways of knowing. So much of what they live, teach, and breathe felt immediately relevant as all of us face climate and social crises, and as we grapple with societal divisions and polarization. I ended up completing the course during some of my lowest moments following the pandemic. And, to my surprise, the course was a ray of light despite the heaviness of some of the content. Many sections of the course seemed to offer clues towards answers to some of our biggest challenges as a human race. Plus, I gained a sense of responsibility. These were my first steps towards reconciliation. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada calls on the corporate sector for meaningful consultation, long-term sustainable opportunities from economic development projects, as well as education and training on the history of Indigenous people, intercultural competency, human rights, and anti-racism. At Benevity, where I work as Chief Impact Officer, we are on our own learning journey when it comes to reconciliation. Sharing our learnings with you all and creating a safe entry point for these topics is one way we hope to affect change and catalyze a bigger movement. So what's in store? This season on Speaking of Purpose, we'll talk to 4 remarkable people. We'll explore colonization and decolonization. We'll seek to understand the relationship between Indigenous peoples, non-Indigenous peoples, and corporations. And we'll talk about Indigenous philanthropy. I'm excited to share these episodes with you because the more we learn, the more we're inspired. And we hope you will be too. Now, let's journey together.